friends, welcome back again. Today in this video, I'm going to explain about for loop concept in Python. So, a for loop in Python is used to iterate over a sequence of values. So, what does it mean? So, over a sequence of values is nothing but you know what is mean by sequence. Sequence of values. For example, I'm taking one and some 10. Okay, so this is nothing but the values which are in a sequence, like to represent those values are in sequence, I'm going to give it like this. So these two values are in sequence, right? So from 1 to 10, what does it mean? From 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma till and right. So the sequence is nothing but this. And what it will do, so for loop in Python is used to iterate over a sequence of values. So in Python, what will for loop will do, so it is going to iterate over the sequence of values. That means it is going to repeat over the values. For example, when it is start printing, so just in general to print in print for Python, in Python to print, what you will give, so print some I, right? So for example, print some number n. Okay, so in that case, when you print, it is going to print 1 2 3. So when you give a for loop here for for I in some take a value. So this is actually the syntax for value in sequence. So I'm taking a value as I. Okay, so for value, or I'm taking a value as 1 n, and in a sequence of 1 to 10. So for suppose this is actually the syntax of for loop. Okay, so whenever you are going to print n, first one is going to print. Okay, so in output I'm just I'll show you, one will be printed, next space, and two will be printed. So like that, it is going to print until so 10. In generally the meaning itself, from 1 to 10, in the sense it will print from 1 to 10, right? So when you are giving, but in Python what it will do in the sense, uh, this from 1 is there na, so it will start from 1, but it will print the value still 9 only, not 10. So in Python, that is the condition actually. So previously I explained about meaning just from 1 to 10, like that you will understand. For your understanding, I explained like that from 1 to 10. But in Python, it will print from till 9 only. That means n minus 1. If you consider this number, for example, if you consider n is equals to 10. Okay, so but what it will do in Python, it will print from 1 to n minus 1. Okay, so that means when you started executing this statement, what it will do, it is going to print from 1 to 9 only. So you can give, for example, I am showing like from 1 to 11 I am giving. So if I gave from 1 to 11, what it will do, it will print till 10. Okay, that means n minus 1, that means 11 minus 1 till 10. For example, if you want to print 100, so if you want to print numbers from 1 to 100, you should give, what number you should give, 1 at 1. Okay, in this way you have to give the values in a sequence, right, in Python. So you know, you understand how to write a syntax for loop in Python, right? So let's get into some more concepts. So here what it is saying is, the statement value is a variable that takes the value of the item inside the sequence of each iteration. So what it will do is, for example, a value actually, I'm giving for your understanding, here I'm giving value according to the statement. Okay, so in this, what it is saying is, a value is a variable. This is actually a variable. Variable is nothing but till execution, it is going to execute. It can change its values. Okay, so whenever it wants to change the value of a variable, it can change. That's why we call it as a variable. So in this case, a value is a variable that is going to take a value of the item inside the sequence of each iteration. So when it is started, so the first number will start coming, so the output is 1, and next, so whenever you print a value, first the number will be 1, so again it will go to the for loop. So when the next in the sequence, what will be the next number, this 2 will be the next number, right? So in that case, it is going to print, whenever you ask it for print value, it is going to print 2. And when the next in a sequence, what will be the next number after 2, the 3. So it is going to select that number, and it is going to print it. So next number will be 3. So in this way, it is going to print until the value of n minus 1, which is giving here in the here in this loop. Okay, so for loop, so 1 to 1 or 1, so it we can print till 1 to 100. So the statement meaning is itself it is saying. And basic for loop, so how basic for loop we can do in the sense, so let's print a number from 1 to 9. We use Python built-in range is a function. For this, it generates a sequence of numbers. So I'm removing this everything, so freshly I will start. Okay, I mean this is also saying about like a range. So generally to print the values in a sequence, we use that function called range. You must and should use this function, right? So for example, what it is saying is from 1 to 9, right? So from 1 to 9, for example, I'm taking a variable called I. So I in range of 1 comma, what it is saying is, let's print the number from 1 to 9, right? So in that case, what number you have to give? So if you want to print till 9, you have to give one more value to the number which is given here. So one more value is nothing but 9 plus 1 is nothing but 10. So till 10 you have to give. Okay, so this is actually the syntax. Now I'm going to print value of I. So let's see the output now. Okay, so we'll get it or not, we'll see. So what it is doing is, till from 1 to 9 the values are printed. You know how it is working, right? For example, if you are taking a value from 1, so I'm explaining once again for your better understanding. So just I'm considering from 1, it is starting from 1, right? So it will take a value from 1. So that means for I in range of 1 comma 10, in the sense, first it will take the value of 1. So when you are giving the statement called print, so print I, when you are asking for printing that number, it's going to print a value called 1. And from 1 to 10, what is the next sequence of number? 2 is there. So when you are asking to select it number 2 from this loop, okay, this is like a loop, right? So once it is printed, it will come back again. It is like a looping, it is like a cycle. So next the number will print 2. So in this way, till 9 the number is going to print. So for example, if you want to know more about the function called range, you can use this. Okay, so I'm just for your sake, I'm just asking to this console, I'm asking for I want to know what is a range function. So let's see. So what like it will explain the entire thing about range functions. So what is saying is, help on class range and module built-ins. For example, if you want to ask anything to the console or any id that you are using, you can just use a help function. Now I want to know about the function called range. That's why I'm using help in parenthesis range. So in this way I'm using, let's see about the what a range function will do. So this range function will start like it is going to return an object that produces a sequence of integers from start. So from the start, it is going to start producing the integers are nothing but numbers, right? So it is going to print the values of integers in a sequence. So so which is like a start number is like an inclusive. For example, I'm just considering, so I'm taking this range. Okay, so in range the first number is inclusive. You know what is mean by inclusive is nothing but this one number is included. Okay, so one number is included from, that means it is starting from that number. And the stop number should be exclusive. The stop, you here you can see in help, to stop exclusive by step. Okay, this is like how it will be. So this is what it is saying about inclusive and exclusive. That means inclusive is nothing but I value will start from inclusive, and j value will end up with an exclusive value, that means j minus 1. So when it comes to the third statement, it is showing that the start defaults to 0 and stop is omitted, and range 4 produces 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3. That means in general the start value, till now we have started with a value called I is equals to 1, right? So for example, if you are not specified the value called I, directly you are specifying the value called j. So in that case, what you will get, the start value will start specifying to default it is to 0. For example, for I am taking a variable called I, and in range of just I'm taking 10 for better understanding, and now I'm going to print it. So I need a value called variable I. So when you run this code, so what it will show, so it will print till 9 number. But previously what the number it is going to print from 1 to 9, it is used to print, right? But now it is printing from 0 to 9. That means the default value you are not specified here. For example, I is equals to you are not specified, you specified just j value. So that's why it is taking a default value called 0. For example, if you have specified a number called 1, so in that case we'll see what is the output. So in this case it will start from 1 and it will print till 9. So here you can see, right? So for example, if you're not taking this value called 1, directly it will print from 0. That means that the starting default value of ith value is nothing but 0. So when coming to the range, for example, a range of 4, so that's what it is saying. So see here, you can see for a value called range of 4. So in this case you can guess the output from 0 to till 3, the number will print 0 1 2 3. So this is how like it is going to print. So these are exactly the valid indices for the list of 4 elements. So there is one more concept called start, stop, and step is also there with the range function. It is coming. So till now we discussed about start and stop functions, where start is inclusive and where stop is exclusive. But there is one more value we can include in this range function, that is nothing but a step function. So the step function, for example, I'm giving an example here. So till 11 I want to print, and I mean till 10 I want to print. So if you want to print from 1 to 10, so the stop, right, the what value you have to give. So 11 minus 1 is nothing but 10. So you have to give 11 in stop. But whereas the step function is like if you want to increment the value by 1 or 2 or more, or decrement the value by 2 or 3 or something, so you can use the step. Okay, it's the step value here I'm adding is 2. So now I'm going to print this function. Let's see the output now. So here the output is like 13579. I will explain how it is working. So where the start value is 1, that is okay, fine, it is all right. And where the stop value is 11, the stop value is where it is exclusive. That means just keep it with you. That's 11. Okay, till 11 we have to print. So that means till 11 only it should print the value. But here we are mentioning the step value called 2. So that means when it is started, step is nothing but you want to increment the value by 2. So first 1 is going to print. So after that it will ask for again, it is going to take from the values of sequence called 1. Okay, so that means when you are taking the value called another value called 2, again it will take it is going to add to the value called 2. The step value is 2. So 1 is added by 2. That means in the next line of code, so 1, in the first case it is 1, right? So the next case, I'm so sorry, this is in the next case it is like 1 plus what is the value of 2, what is the value of step function? It is 2. That means equals to 3. So that's why it is printed the next value as 3. And in the next case 3, right? So then 3, the step value is how much? It is 2. Okay, so the value is printed like 5. Okay, this is how it is printed. In the next value, the value is 5, and here the value is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. So 5 plus 2 is equals to 7, and whereas the next value is 7. 7 plus 2 is how much? 7 plus 2 is 9. And next in the next case I'm going to add this just for an example I'm telling 9 plus 2. So in that case how much it is? 9 plus 2 is nothing but 11, right? So but you want to print the values from 1 to 10. That's why you are exclusively giving the value called 11. But in this case under 11, what and all the numbers should come, those numbers only have to come here. So that's why it is printed till 9 only. Okay, so instead of for example, instead of general step function 2, I'm just giving it as a 1. Okay, so in that case if you run, it will definitely come. Run the code and guess the output. Just expect the output. So it is like a normal one. For example, if you remove this one also, the same values is going to print till 10, right? So this is how it is working. And if you want to increment it by the value called 3 also, you can simply give and you can execute it. So one more value is going to print, like it is 1 4 and 4 plus 3 7. This is how it is, the output is. So hope you understand what is the step function. It's like I can give you the syntax, just remember with it. The syntax for loop is for in range of start value, and where start value, for example, the start value will start from 0, and you can also initiate the start value from 1. Okay, and another value is called stop value, where stop value is nothing but an exclusive value, that means n minus 1, and where step value is nothing but step a step value is nothing but its increment by 3, increment by a value of n. One value should be from 1 to n. It is like 1 to unlimited. You can give the n value, it is like anything, or just like a decrement value. Okay, this is how what is the syntax for this range function in for loop, and this is what. And for going to the next concept, this is the concept called concept of indentation. So right, indentation is nothing but, so indentation is a crucial in path. If you skip it, you will encounter indentation error. Let's see an example here. So here indentation is nothing but you are considering the spaces also. For example, here you have given 3 spaces. So I'm just showing how many spaces I'm giving here. One, okay. I'm just giving okay. So for your sake, I'm just giving like this. So this is actually previous one, and now I'm giving like this. Okay, so just see what is the output we'll get. So definitely it is throwing an error called accepted an Indian block after first statement on line 1. Okay, so why it is showing an error in the sense, so after for loop, after this colon, you have to give an indentation, that is nothing but you have to leave the spaces. So how much space you should leave, you have a fixed number of spaces you have to leave. So I am leaving here 1 2 3. This is how it generally works. Okay, now if you run the code, it will work. So you have to follow the indentation is also, which is crucial one. This is, and this is about the indentation and performing operators within for loop. So this is I already explained. This is an example here which is an incorrect indentation test thrown previously. So now coming to the performing operations with for loop. So they are asking just for an example here. You can perform different operations in the for loop's body. Here we are squaring a number from 1 to n. So what they are asking is you have to square a given number from 1 to n. 1 to n is nothing but 1 is okay. Then what is the value of n? 1 is okay. The value of n is here 10. So I'm taking the value of till 10 numbers. You have to give all the squares of the sequence of values. Okay, so from for example 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, like till 10 you have to print. So if you want to print till 10, what the value you have to give? The value should be 11. So in that case, if you see, in general it will print from 1 to 10. Okay, but now in this case, you want to print the squares of each value. So in that case, you have to do square. How you can represent a square is nothing but power of operator. So in that case, power, this I should multiply the number with the given number, that means square, right? So in this case, it is going to print like this, right? So let's see the output here. So just guess the output and we can see the problem. So from 1 4 9, that means till 10, right? So till 10 it is asked. So that's why I can explain from 1. So first number will come out when you give a 1 into 1. So from the sequence, it will take a value called 1, and it is going to multiply. It will square the value from 1 into 1. When you're printing it, the output is 1, and again it will go to the loop and it will take the value called 2. And again, when you ask it to square the number, and if you want to print it, just 2 into 2, how much it is? 4. So next, when you are asking for and one more number from the sequence of numbers in the for loop, so it is taking 3. So when it is 3, if you want to print the number, the 3 into 3 is nothing but 9. So in this case, how it is working? Till 10 finally, till 10 the number will be 10 into 10 is nothing but 100. So this is how the square of a given value in a sequence of numbers in a range will work. So this is the actual output of this program. So next, calculating sum with for loop. So in the next case, there is one more example they have given, sum of values here. So we can use a for loop to calculate the sum of sequence of numbers. Here we are finding the sum of numbers from 1 to 10. So what you want to know here. So you want to know till 10. So till 10 is nothing but as usual 11. So till 10 you want to know all the sum of values in your sequence. For example, 1 is there. So 1 should be added to the next number called 2. So the number is 3. So and again the 3 is added to the next number called 3 and the number is 6. So again the 6 is added to the next number 4, the value is 10. Okay, 6 plus 4, the value is 10. So this is how like it should work. So I can show you how it is going to work. So this is a for loop statement for our case. So next case, what we have to do. So you need to print the sum, right? You need to print the value called n, or you are doing here summation, right? So I'm taking the sum of all the values in the sequence. But before that, what you have to do, you have to every time do start uh, taking the value. Like here you added, right? For example, 1 is there, you added one more number called, you have added one more number called I, right? So in that case, what you have to do, I'm taking here some, uh, just I'm taking here some, you have to add it to the value of I. Okay, so here I is nothing but I value is nothing but, just consider I value is 1 here. So like how it is, so here it is I. So I'm assigning the to value to a variable called sum again, because the sum is going to loop again and again, that's why. So I'm just taking with an indentation here. So for before that, you have to initiate the variable. So for any variable to start executing, you have to initiate it. Without initiating the variable, the function will not cannot call the variable. That's why you have to initiate. So in defaultly, I'm initiating this value to 0. So let's see whether it is working or not. So yes, so from like how I said na, so 1 3